crafty friends, it's Tracie Hinds, aka Nanner BaNanner, and today I'm doing a video called #TrinketTuesday. This is an open collab put on by the Preppy Craft Girl. I'll link her channel and the hashtag and everything down below. So right now I'm working on a Raggedy and an Andy series of books. And this one has a lot of pink in it, and I don't have any large pink buttons. The last one, I put buttons on the spine when I sewed the signatures in, and it made it look really decorative. So I thought with this journal, I would build a tassel using some of my little trinkets and doodads that I collect for making charms and tassels. Okay, so the first thing I do when making a tassel or a charm is I like to use these types of hardware that can just be clipped on or clipped off, so that when you're actually using the journal, it's not permanently fastened and you're working around it. So this way you can take it on and off. And then I usually used wax string. Again, I'm out of pink wax string, so I'm going to use this thin crochet thread. And I like to cut it quite a bit larger than what I need. So let's see, this is 10 inches. I'm going to do 12 inches. Obviously, I do not need that long of a tassel, but that gives me some room in case I need to cut some of the string off to feed beads on and stuff like that. I shouldn't have too much trouble. All of these are really chunky beads. And I did pull some smaller ones that I'll have to use to stop the items from moving too much. So I measure out 12 inches and then I double it over. So technically these would be 24-inch long strings. And once you measure your first one, you can just take that and use it as a guide for the rest. I like to do 8 strings for my tassels when I'm doing this style. Now, if I'm doing ribbon tassels, I will use however many it takes to make a nice full chunky tassel. But on this one, I'm just going to use the string, and then the little beads and trinkets are the showstopper. Let's see, I've got 4. So 4 would actually be 8 doubled over. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to bump you. All right. So there's that. Ooh. Okay, let me put this over here and go ahead and get this fed through the clip. Alright, so I just open that up and I'm doing a slip knot is what I'm doing. And then I pull it. And that'll keep it secure. Something else I like to do, again, I shouldn't need it with these, but I maybe will be feeding on a few small beads to hold the bigger beads in place. I'm going to put a little bit of Fabri-Tac at the end of each of these strings just to keep them from unraveling and making it easier to feed beads on. And I just put a little bit on my finger and I go string by string and just put it on there, and these dry pretty quickly. But it makes the end hard, easier to feed beads on. there we are. Okay. I'm up in the wee early morning hours on Tuesday making this video. For some reason, just wasn't able to sleep, so I thought I would get up and film this video because I'm trying to get all these done so we can move on to the next phase in these little golden book journals of putting ruffles on the edges and trim. And I was trying to think, since I didn't have any large pink buttons, what I could do to add some interest to this spine. Okay. So one of the things I know for sure that I want is a milk cap at the top. Now, this is a vintage milk cap and it doesn't have a hole in it at the moment, but I'm going to use my crocodile big mouth and just punch a hole at the top. You could put an eyelet in if you wanted, but for me, I'm just going to punch the hole and use it that way. And I will just tie that on so that stays in place. And some options is I can tie a knot and just let this hang down for the next one. That's an option. Or I could place a bead behind it, a smaller bead, which is what I'm thinking I'm going to do. And then it'll be less bulky. So let me get one of my smaller beads out. I put my items in this little holder here just so they don't roll all over the place, the circular ones. And this is just a poker chip container from the Dollar Tree that the poker chips come in. And not that I'm a poker player, I use them for my dangles and charms. Okay, so now I can tie a knot and that's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to be bulky. And I can move on to my next item. It does take me a little while to make these, so I'm not sure how long the video will be, but hopefully it won't be too long. Maybe I can speed it up if it gets to be too long. Okay, so let's see. Now's the fun part, deciding what and where to put everything. Again, I'm going to tie a knot, a couple knots so this doesn't slide too much. Again, I'm just using these clear beads as little stopper beads. That way these do not just too freely move. All right, let's see how that's looking there. Let's do another one. Needle for this one. I'm going to do some pom-poms, I think. So let's see, I'm going to do something a little bit smaller maybe. Let's do maybe I'll do one with just buttons on it. Let's see. And there's lots of different ways to do these. You can use smaller beads. I've done several charms like that where I just use smaller beads and here. Definitely want to get some pink in here because of the cover. And then I can go in with some other stuff. I've been wanting to share I've got a huge, I don't know what you'd call it. It's like a plastic tote full of little trinkets that I use. I've been wanting to share that, but I'm trying to figure out what kind of camera angle I can do to get it in. And then I also have a lot of little compartmentalized. Ooh, I'm going to need a bigger bead for this one. Okay, that was not a. Let's see here. What can I do to make that work? Interesting, Tracie. Did not think that one out very well, did I? Okay. Let's try maybe putting a different bead on here. Just here. Let's see. do button. So do you guys, when you can't sleep, get up and junk journal, or do you make yourself stay in bed and until you fall back to sleep? Leave a comment and let me know what you do when you can't sleep. Alrighty. Okay, that is looking super cute. I like it. I like it. I think I'm going to just do a button one now. Probably do need to maybe use. Let me think about this for just a moment. Where do you guys find your little trinket items at? I usually get mine different places. I'm always, whenever I'm thrifting, looking for items. One of the tips I will share though is that I like to buy the kids' wooden toys like what you used to see at the doctor's office that they could play on. I get those and I have my brother take them apart for me, and it gives me a lot of these kind of like chunky beads. That's what these came from. They're those kind of toys. he just hit the floor. Alright, let's see here. What do I want to do next? I don't know if I want to put that on there or not. That might be a little too modern too. Okay, I think I'll do this one. Alright, I need to get some more of the clear beads that I'm using for stoppers. Let's see here. We're getting close. We are getting close to being done with this charm. Two more strings to go, and what do I have to choose from now? I've got one of these I'm going to put towards the bottom. I've got a button, and then I need something towards the top. What do I want to use? I've got plenty of greens. I don't really want to do green. I could do red, I guess. That would work. All right, let's do that. These are just pom-poms here. I just get a bag of pom-poms, and that's an easy one to use. Okay. This one on. Promise it won't be too much longer, guys. I just have a little bit more. We've got one more string to do. Then we can see what the final result looks like. All right. Oh, I love the sound of the bells on there. Okay, so with what I have left, is there any colors in particular that I'm thinking are missing? Let's take a look here. All right, so we don't have any pink left, but I think there's enough pink on there. We could do some green. We got green now, but maybe green pom-pom towards the top to go with that background would look good. Let's put this one up at the very top. So I don't give this a ton of thought. You can see here towards the end, I'm trying to figure out what color might look good here at this point, but you can get lost in trying to figure out what order. Like, it can take hours if you're not careful. So I try not to get that meticulous about it. Don't want that. Does this look too modern for this? I think it does. So that's not an option. Well, I think we're going to do this one. That's going to require a bigger bead going in and out. Or I could just do the one here at the bottom. Okay. I have two of these. Oh, I do. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, that'll work. That'll work. Perfect. Oh, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Okay. All right, I think that'll be good. I don't think I need another pom-pom. We'll just do that. All right, let me tie that. All right, guys, that wraps it up. Let's take a look at our charm here. I don't know the best way to show this to you, but here it is. What do you think? If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment, like, share. I appreciate all your support. Again, keep it cute, keep it crafty, and keep making something out of nothing. Bye.